Hey everybody, it's Neil from Growlies. Just doing my Sunday video on today. I got asked a question by a customer, so I thought I'd answer it here for everybody. And that's that they said, so they have a Buddies product which that releases a lot of moisture and blood into the container they thaw the product into. And then they have another product by Totally Raw that doesn't, and they're like, why does this one release all this blood and this one doesn't? And so it's actually a good question, because the difference is the recipe. And by recipe I don't mean the meat, because it's the meat is the meat is the meat. It's the way they process it and what they do. So Totally Raw, Mega Dog, there's a number of our guys, Mountain Dog, Dexter's. They have to put the product into form makers. So in the case of Mountain Dog, they have a little form that comes out little half-pound squares, or in the case of Totally Raw and Mega Dog, little patties. And so to get the product to the point where it can go through that kind of machinery, they have to grind it to a very fine amount. And not only do they grind it to a very fine amount, but they also emulsify the moisture in with the fat. So it's actually hidden in the product, essentially. Whereas Buddies, local company, you won't see this nationally, so anybody listening outside of Vancouver Island, whereas Buddies will use a very chunky grind, because they hand cut their product. I think they call it artisan cut. And so they, because of the chunky grind, it will release that moisture when thawed. Think of it like a roast. So you take a roast, you put it in a bowl to thaw, and it's going to let go of a lot of blood. Whereas when you go and get hamburger patties, they don't. And it's the same deal. Because of the way that product was processed to end up in that final form, some of that moisture is either taken out or hidden. And so what do we recommend? We recommend adding water. I add water anyway. The more moisture my pet gets, the better they're hydrated, their kidneys, the healthier the outcomes for that pet. And because they don't tend to drink as much in the summer when they're raw fed, because the moisture is 70%, or the food is 70% moisture, that's why it's lower protein than most kibbles, is because so what I do is I give my girls a little bit of a soup. It slows them down, it ensures proper hydration, it's good for them, there's nothing negative in that, and so that's what I do. And so I recommend the same. So we talked about that, and that's what I recommend. So there you go, I guess that's my rant. So I also wanted to introduce a product. This is a Canine Choice. This is a frozen tongue treat, a smoked tongue, beef tongue. We have it in the fridge next to the goat milk and the goat's cheese and the frozen yogurt and the kefir and the greens in broth and all that stuff. It's the prebiotics and the probiotics, right, of natural foods. And so this stuff, high value treat. It does, because it's a real food, it does require refrigeration. It is in a bag of frozen smoked tongue. Dogs love it. My girls are going crazy over it. I highly recommend it, and come check it out. It's not as meat treats go, it's not even expensive. So come check it out. I think you'll learn that you'll love it. I'm just doing a video.
Are you?
Yes, I am. You got to do these things. And so I'm finishing it up, though. So I just wanted to remind people that we have more parking around back. Ask us where it is. We're happy to show you where the Rockstar undercover parking is, so that when you get back to your car, it's not 6 billion degrees inside because you've been out in the sun. It's been undercover, in the shade. It's quite nice. And in the rain, nothing better than being undercover. And then, of course, we do deliver. We'll bring it right to you. Next day delivery, bring it to you at the door, pay at the door using your debit card or credit card. And lastly, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We will always reciprocate, and we really appreciate you keeping in touch with us. And to all those people who've been kind enough to give us positive reviews on Facebook, on on Google and recommendations on Facebook. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate that. The staff appreciate the fact that they're being told by the end customer that they're doing a good job, and I appreciate the feedback so that I understand where we can improve and whether or not we're doing the things that I've asked our team to do. So rock and roll, and thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.